As I have said before, we're not done, and we have quite a bit of work ahead of us to stabilize and to put out just regulations out there for wheelchair users and other people with disabilities, so that the airlines, when we have to fly, that the airlines knows this and does a better job, especially for us in wheelchairs, so they don't break our wheelchairs. They have staff ready to help us get off the plane if we need assistance, which I do, and I'm sure other people as well. So we're going to go to the United Kingdom today, and they have a similar organization that the United States does, and it is called Rights on Flights. And Rights on Flights has been very vocal about the needs of people with disabilities in flying. So they just wrote up a policy proposal for accessible air travel, and I want to congratulate them. There is, and they, have put it online, so it's public. They have gone to their parliament and done a whole presentation. So the details of that, I'm just going to summarize it because it's a long document, and I'll put the links down below so you can see what Rights on Flights is doing in the UK. So harmonization by applying the same standards across national borders. Compliance is simplified for air carriers and their third-party contractors. The same rules would apply to all flights worldwide. So they're working on that. Inclusion, the Act aims to ensure the disability community is properly represented in both supervision and decision-making roles, as well as providing more opportunities for disabled people to pursue a career in aviation. So to have people with disabilities who understand the disability community, for them to be represented in the airlines and airports and everything else. So that's a great idea. Transparency. The proposal suggests new requirements of data collection and sharing between airlines, airports, contractors, regulators, and the public, ensuring that any failures are quickly identified and no party is able to hide in the darkness. So that's an important aspect of the Act. Accessibility. The proposal aims to set design standards for both the built and aircraft environments, which the group hopes all allow the industry to become wholly accessible, which can include the regulation of a wheelchair space on airplanes, which we're also working for in the United States, so that we can just roll on the airplane, they can just buckle us down, like when we're in a van or a bus. Fairness is the last section here. The proposal aims to set proper expectations for the return of mobility devices, introduces the CRO to all jurisdictions. So read the CRO. And describes an enforcement mechanism where first-time offenders are warned and subsequent offenses face harsher action. So either the airlines or the person who broke the wheelchair, I suppose. Under existing laws, governments either lack the proper authority to carry out enforcement action or simply refuse to do so. So, this is the core of the Act itself, but of course there's a lot more details in the Act. But this is what's happening in the UK. And this was published through Wheelchair Travel, Open Your World. So that is where this was published. And so, I really want to say to Rights on Flights to continue their work. in the UK and beyond if they can. So, advocacy for accessible air travel across the pond in the United Kingdom ratcheted up last week as the Rights on Flights advocacy group gathered on a terrace outside the House of Commons at the UK Parliament. So this happened in September of last year, and I'm sure they've been doing a lot more work. And people with disabilities have been doing the speaking, so which is really important because we are the ones who are affected by the lack of regulations on, being able to travel. So this is what's happening in the UK, and I will certainly leave the links down below so that you can take a look at what have they put together so far and what kind of meetings are coming up for them. And so that's awesome. As usual, you really know what I want you to do with this. To subscribe if you find this channel helpful to you, and to like, and that helps the video spread around the YouTube world so others can take a look at it. And you can make comments, you can put down your opinion, and that also helps us with information. Anybody from the UK who would like to respond to this video, Jem from Wheels No Heels, if you would like to jump in and say a few things about your sense of this organization and how they're helping, that would be awesome. I'm sure you will catch up to this video at some point. So thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate your time for listening to these videos and keeping up what is going on in the world of wheelchairs and flying.